Good afternoon, and welcome to the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community Jalsa Salana, the 70th Annual Convention. I'm here today with some guests who have come to experience Islam firsthand, and they're here to share their experience with me. First, I'd like to introduce our guest. This is Sister Betty Thomas.
Hi.
She lives in Wisconsin. She's been invited here from the Zion Majlis. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Next to her, we have Miss Alicia Marigo, and she's here from Harrisburg, and we're glad that you're here to share your experience with us. And then finally, but not least, we have Mrs. Cassandra Shafiq, who's visiting us from Florida, and we're glad to have you here too.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So I want you to just sit back and relax. I'm so glad you're here with us. And I just have to ask, what brought you to our Jalsa this year?
This year, I was actually invited by Sister Soraya, and I was wanting to do a spiritual retreat, and then all of a sudden this came up. I was like, right on time, Allah, right on time.
Okay, very nice. And also, I'm aware that you're already Muslim. Is that correct?
Yes, 3 years now.
3 years now. Oh, mashallah. So, what's been your experience being in the company of Ahmadi Muslims?
I just love the sisterhood. It's just so much warmth and love, and everybody's so accepting, and you could talk to someone when you have issues, and they will listen to you and help guide you down the right path.
Oh, very good. Thank you so much. Alicia, how are you?
I'm well, thanks.
I'm glad.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
So I hear that one of our sisters from Harrisburg invited you to the Jalsa. And how did you
Yes.
come to know her?
Through our volunteering together with the Community Responders Network, actually several members of the Hadi Mosque volunteer with the local social justice organization. It's called the Community Responders Network. And they invited me to come today.
Oh, good, great. So is this your first time here at a Jalsa?
Yes, at a Jalsa, but not a first time in a mosque. or
Okay, okay.
Spending time.
Okay, okay. So what was your experience your first time in a mosque?
Well, I have to say, I mean, the call to prayer is very beautiful. I love to hear the singing and just learning about a different faith path, learning different perspectives is very interesting. I study world religions as a hobby, and I think Islam, it gives a wonderful way to lead a moral life. So I'm
Well, thank you so
very
much.
happy to learn and be friends with several of your brothers and
Great,
sisters.
great. That's excellent. How many years have you been in the company of Ahmadi Muslims?
I have to say, I first met Ahmadiyya Muslims about more than 10 years ago
Oh, okay.
in York.
10 years ago, and still coming. Yes, okay, that's great.
Grace.
And Miss Cassandra Shafiq, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great, thank you. And how was your travel from Florida?
Very, very nice.
Very nice.
Yes.
Good. So what brings you to our Jalsa?
I came here, like the sisters before me are saying, because I was invited, and because the spirituality that you receive here from the speakers and the knowledge is just phenomenal. This is my first time attending a Jalsa, and just like the first Azza Hanif said, when you come here, it's very impactful because you get messages from various speakers, and you can take it back with you and hopefully incorporate it into your life.
Yeah, very good. And you also have family. Are they Muslim too?
I have a family member. I have several family members that are Muslims, yes.
Great. Are they here visiting today?
I just only have one that's visiting here
Okay.
today, and then I have a couple of my children that are very close to accepting by it as well.
Oh, mashallah. Well,
Yes.
we hope that their experience in our company, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, brings them closer to that decision.
It has been thus far.
Okay, jazakallah, jazakallah. So, my next question. So, did you have any expectations arriving here at the Jalsa?
No, I just wanted to see everything and just experience everything.
Just to experience it all?
Yes.
Embrace it all?
Yes.
Okay, great. What about you, Alicia?
I really came with no expectations.
Just an open mind? Open mind to receive whatever we can give you. Okay, right. Sister Cassandra?
As I stated previously, I've been before, so I know what the phenomenal speakers bring to the table. So I was looking forward to that. I mean, I just want to absorb everything that I learned here to take back with me.
Okay, very good,
Yes.
very good. What's if someone were to ask the question, what is the most significant thing you've learned so far about Islam? What would be that answer?
Most significant thing I've learned.
Significant or unique?
Ooh, that's a great question. It's humbleness and forgiveness.
Humbleness and forgiveness.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay. All right. Want to expound on that any?
Because like when you got to be humble in today's world, or you're just going to take everything and just be so upset. And I don't want to be so upset. And then with experiences, people will hurt you and stuff. You just got to forgive them, or you're just going to keep gnawing at yourself, and you don't want that either. So learning humbleness and forgiveness is a big, big thing with me.
Right. And when we come together in this Jalsa Salana under the banner of Islam and Ahmadiyya, we come for peace. You know, we come to share and develop brotherhood and sisterhood.
Yes.
So inshallah, God willing, you will receive that humbleness and that sense that you're looking for, and hopefully it'll inspire you so much that you can carry that back home and share it with other family members.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Sister Alicia, so what's been the most significant or unique thing that you've learned from Islam so far?
As a Christian, I'll say that there's a lot of common ground between Christianity and Islam, and I'd like all people to know that.
That's very good.
I think that's very important to remember.
Yeah. Thank you. Miss Cassandra?
I agree with that. I agree with what she's saying, and what you said about being a student of religion. Islam is a religion of peace, and in this environment that we're living now, more people need to know that we have more in common than we do apart. And Ahmadiyya in particularly has come to the United States as early as the 1920s. I was looking at a documentary that stated that they were the first ones to come to this country to deliver this message about Islam and about peace. And I think that that's so significant at this time. And the fact that Ahmadiyyas have programs around the world to invite others in and to share with them what true Islam is. I mean, you're not doing a jihad. Jihad means the struggle within yourself. That we just want to be peaceful is significant for me.
Yeah. So in your conversations about Islam and Ahmadiyya, you know, under Ahmadi or under Islam, there's 73 different sects. And our community was founded by the leader who is Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian. And there are some differences between Ahmadi Muslims and other Muslims. Are you aware of any of those differences? Have you been informed that there are 73 different sects? Did you have any questions about that?
Like coming into the Ahmadiyya Mosque, I didn't know that there was any difference. I have learned it is, but y'all was so welcoming. It just felt at home. So I don't like to say it's different. I like to say it was love and embracement.
Okay.
That's what I love about the Ahmadiyya Mosque.
Right. Thank you. Alicia?
I was not aware that there were 73 different sects. I thought there were a lot less, but I'm very interested to know that. And I would be interested in learning the differences at some point.
Okay, very good.
Probably this would be a longer conversation than what is allowable in the
It'll
extent
be a
of
longer
this interview.
conversation that we can have in segments, but during your weekend here, that will be a very good focal point in discussions because you'll find out it's very inspiring to know that we have a caliphate and that our founder, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian, you know, he teaches peace, and also that we have a standard of, like you said, you look for the humbleness and the love, that's what the teachings under the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. And Cassandra, because our time is coming close to an end, what would you say, have you heard anything about these 73 different sects where Islam, Ahmadiyya is something different, or is this new to you?
I've heard and studied. It is very important for me to get as much knowledge and education as I can. So I have heard and I have studied. I'm aware of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. I've had the opportunity to actually visit Qadian, where the genesis of all this began, and I can see clearly the difference between Ahmadiyya Islam and other sects. As a matter of fact, one of the big ones with African Americans is through Elijah Muhammad, and a lot of the literature that he learned from was from.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
My
I
pleasure.
really appreciate the time you spent with me today, and hopefully you'll go back and you'll find out more about the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Thank you.
Jazakallah for having us.
Jazakallah.